Hi and welcome to this edition of Out the Box. My name is Paul Sillers of Firewalls for Now and Firewall.news. As you know, in these episodes we look at what you get in the box. Literally, it's not meant to be an in-depth technical overview, but it hopefully adds some substance to what you can see on the internet, and you actually get to look at what the device looks like instead of just the stock images. So today we're going to be looking in this brown box. Everything's always in brown boxes. It still has the word Dell on here, but this is post Dell selling off SonicWALL, and this is SonicWALL's TZ 600. So we're just going to open up this box. Probably nothing exciting to initially show you there other than a couple of meter patch cable. So we're just going to remove the packing off the top. You're going to get the quick start guide and all your warranty and environmental details. Probably things you throw aside. Going to have a little look. You're going to get a metre and a half or so of console cable. There is quite a lot of management you can actually do on the SonicWALL devices directly from the console. Now, if you want to, it's there as an option. It's often useful sometimes if you're used to a little bit of command line to be able to get in if there are some issues. As standard in all of the boxes, you're always going to have an American power cable. So hopefully your vendor has, whoever you've purchased this from, has actually sent you a power cable for your region as well. If not, you will see on the back of this it's a standard IEC, sometimes referred to as a kettle lead connection. So it should be pretty easy to pick up a cable for that. And I love the end of these. You'll hear me talk about these quite a lot. Again, a really good clip-in connector, because although these are desktop units, often we put these into the rack, although there is a rack mount tray available for the TZ range. But as we push them into the back of the rack, we're always conscious that as we pull them forward that the cable might pop out. So I'll show you that if I remember. I'm notoriously bad as I get past the review to actually show you those bits and pieces. We're actually going to take the unit out here for you so you can have a look. As you can see, I'm actually going to break the factory seal on this. We get to do these with all these new products, which is fantastic. We're not using old or recycled items. So I'm going to show you the front of this unit. There you go, a couple of USB ports on there. People often ask whether you can use USB dongles for 4G or 3G. It is possible, and there is a limited support of the chipset. Often the vendors are struggling because the chipsets change so often. And USB dongles are not fantastically well designed to run with this type of device, whether it be a SonicWALL or any other vendor. They're designed to go into your laptop. You take out, they reset. Our recommendation is always to use an external router that has a SIM slot in it, and then you can use the LAN port from that router to have into a second port on the device, and that's going to then be able to give you a failover. So you can have your standard internet connection with ADSL or whatever, and then you can have your 4G or 3G connection as a second WAN, and that's going to allow you to do load balancing, and the router will handle it a lot more happily. So we can have a little look in the back here. You can see that 2468 ports, a little 8-port switch in the back. You can then see up this end we've got 2 additional ports that are used. So 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah, and a total of 10. Obviously you're going to have a LAN and a WAN are going to be your 2 primary ones, and then you've got 8 more. Again, with the SonicWALL you can have as many WAN ports as you have physical ports, so you can load balance multiple DSL connections. You can VLAN these ports on the LAN side, or you can set up separate internal networks as well. So there's a great number of configurations. Expansion module. SonicWALL have really not done masses with this. There are a few little options. There used to be a DSL tray connection that used to go in there, and a couple of other network options. Never really much been done with that. Is a metal tin, metal case. So pretty useful. That's just reminded me now. Power connector, Paul. Remember what to show people. So you can see once this is clicked in, it doesn't pull out. So great way there of just knowing once I push that into the rack and I pull it forward, I know that it's not going to come out. So that's very simply. I'll show you the front first, probably a little bit more logical. The SonicWALL TZ 600, fantastic unit. Throughput. Everybody has their different opinions of every vendor's firewall and the throughput it does. I'd be quite comfortable saying this would run somewhere around about 300 to 400 meg, maybe a little bit more, with all of the services turned on. So that would even be gateway anti-spyware and antivirus, which on most vendors are going to chuck out the highest amount of CPU cycle requirements anyway. So a really great performing unit. Dell or SonicWALL have just released a product called Capture, which is a multi-vendor sandboxing product, again to give you additional protection against zero-day threats like ransomware and that. So hopefully that's been useful. This is the SonicWALL TZ 600. I'm Paul Sillers from Firewalls for Now and Firewall News.